What is going on, Kryptic crew? This is your boy Kryptic Flash here, bringing you guys our week 9 team builder. If you guys are hyped, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. It really does help me out a lot. I greatly appreciate any and all support. Also subscribe if you're new to join the Kryptic crew. Now, you guys, I didn't think we were gonna have a week 9. If I'm being totally honest with you guys, I didn't think we were gonna have a week 9. I thought week 8 was gonna be it. We were gonna be going into the playoffs this week, but it turns out that we kind of ended up just throwing together a week 9. We're facing, and it makes sense. It makes sense because we're facing the only opponent that we have not faced this season. It would have been kind of weird only facing 9 or 8 of the 9 other teams. So adding a week 9 does make things make a little more sense. The only downside to that is the day I'm recording this is a little more than a little less than a week ahead of when you guys are seeing it. And by the time you guys are seeing this, I'm going to be in Florida, enjoying the heat and not the cold, and going to be having a good time. But that means that next week we're going to have a playoff match. I'm not entirely sure who our opponent is going to be, and so prepping for that, I'm going to be kind of prepping last minute and trying to throw together a team, which is not what you want to do when the playoffs are here. But I have an idea of who I might be playing, and so I can kind of work off of that, but I'm not 100%. So hopefully everything goes well. But this week we are focusing on Shayquaza and his Dallas Starmies, you guys. He is 7-1, I believe. He's a monster, you guys. He kills people. He just bodies people. He's in their head. He knows what they're thinking, and he just plays accordingly. And that he's good. I've watched some of his videos, and he is a monster, you guys. It's gonna be a tough week. It's playoffs though. Like, playoffs start now. In my opinion, like, win or lose, I think we are still gonna be the number. I still think we're gonna be the number 2 seed. Or number 3 or 4 seed, regardless. So I don't think we have a bye unless we have to, I think, 6-0 Shay and his team. I don't think that that's possible. we'd have to make all the right plays, all the right predictions, and all that stuff. But we're not gonna go for that. We're just gonna go for the W. Looking at his team, you guys can see he's got some crazy threats. He's got bulk. He's got wall breakers. He's got utility mons. Like, he's got the team. He's got the team, you guys. So we're gonna go over his picks like always. First up is gonna be his Zygarde. So Zygarde was his first overall pick. And Zygarde's a monster, you guys. 50% form, has priority with E-Speed, Dragon Dance, Choice Band, 1000 arrows, whatever, man. 1000 arrows hits everything, and I mean everything. You throw in a Weezing at this thing, Levitate, it's not a thing with 1000 arrows. You throw in a bird, 1000 arrows doesn't care. It just hits everything, you guys. Like, that move is just insane. That's all Zygarde really needs, is just 1000 arrows. It's just a beast. He also, as you guys can see, I'll get into that, but he's got the Dragonium Z and the Darkium Z. Zygarde Dragonium Z Outrage, like, that's taking lives, you guys. Like, Zygarde is a monster. Next up is his Mega Diancie, and Mega Diancie is so good, you guys. It could set up with Calm Mind. It's got a base 110 speed. So you set up a couple Calm Minds, and you're sitting pretty. It's got that Diamond Storm, which I want to say either boosts its defense every time you use it. Like, that's busted in my opinion. Once it Mega Evolves, it gets that Magic Bounce ability as well. So if he leads with this thing, and I want to think that, oh, it's safe to go for rocks, he Mega Evolves, Magic Bounces him right back on, and now he's got rocks. Like, it's just insane. Then he's got Fungus, Amoonguss, not Fungus, with the which is an amazing mon, very bulky. Has the regenerator, so he can swap in, take a hit, swap out, get the health right back. Can be utility with Toxic. He can have Clear Smog if you're trying to set up on it. Foul Play, Giga Drain, Spore. Spore is so good, you guys. 100% accurate move that is guaranteeing you are putting someone to sleep. That is what Spore is doing. It's just too good of a mon. Next up is Scizor. Scizor has the phenomenal bug steel typing, making it only weak to fire. Has priority with Bullet Punch. Has utility moves as Knockoff and U-Turn. Bug Bite Technician is hurting. Bullet Punch Technician is hurting. Defog. This thing can clear up hazards on the field. Scizor is just a really good mon. And it's not much else to say about Scizor. Like, there's no real weakness to it besides fire, and if you don't have fire, then Scizor is kind of gonna wreck you. It gets Roost for reliable recovery. It's just kind of a headache. Next up is our mascot there, the Jolteon. Unfortunately, that bad boy is not on our squad, but Jolteon's rocking the base 130 speed and like base 115 or 110, 120. I don't know. Special attack, like this thing's hitting like a truck. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, HP Ice, Signal Beam, gets a little bit of coverage, but honestly, a Specs Thunderbolt is hurting. So definitely something to watch out for. I could see Specs, I could see Life Orb, E-Belt. I don't see Scarf, because who Scarfs a Jolteon? Jolteon's already fast enough. But yeah, this thing's a monster. Next up is his Slowbro, which is another regenerator mon. So he's got a really nice regenerator core if he wants. Slowbro having the water psychic typing, usually rocks Scald, Psychic, or Psyshock, Ice Beam maybe. Otherwise Slack Off and some setup move. That's what Slowbros do. They're big, they're bulky, but they can set up and sweep. Like I've seen Slowbro sweep, so don't let that weird shell on his tail fool you guys. He's got potential. As well as the regenerator, obviously. Reliable recovery with Slack Off as well, so he doesn't need to just rely on regenerator. The same goes for Amoonguss. Amoonguss has synthesis, so he has a lot of reliable recovery on his squad. Next up is that Omastar. Now Omastar is something, you guys. It's something. Base 55 speed, so not super fast, but if he's able, he has that weak armor ability, which if you get hit, your speed raises but your defense lowers. But you could sash this thing and set up with Shell Smash and then get hit and then get a speed increase and then just be super fast and hitting like a truck. So that's something we definitely need to watch out for if he does bring Omastar. Looking at my team though, I mean, I don't know if I see him bringing it, but if he does bring it, like we need to prevent the shell smashing craziness from happening. Next up is Blacephalon. This Ultra Beast is ultra crazy and is ultra amazing, you guys. It's just it's base 107 speed, so it's not like the fastest mon. Like it's still a really good speed tier, don't get me wrong, but its special attack set is just insane. Most people run Fire Blast or Flamethrower because they don't want the Mind Blown Recoil, taking a half their HP. But Shadow Ball, this thing gets Trick, so he could trick Choice Scarf onto one of my mons, which could be kind of annoying, which I don't want him to do against like one of our walls. But this thing just has a super high special attack set. He could Sash it, he could Scarf it, he could Specs it. It's just an amazing mon. If he starts getting Beast Boost, it's pretty much game over. We can't let that thing give Beast Boost. It's gonna be a problem. But I think we can manage a Blacephalon if we play our cards right. But you never know. You never know. Next up is Mienshao. Mienshao is a crazy mon. Has super nice attack stat. High jump kicks, reckless high jump kicks are doing the work. U-turn, it has the regenerator ability as well. It's a pivot mon with U-turn. It can learn fake out to go ahead and just do early chip damage. Drain Punch if he wants to go the recovery route. Knockoff for utility. Stone Edge for coverage. Mienshao is it's what it is, man. It's the freaking Jackie Chan of Pokemon, I tell you what. Not even Hitmonchan. It's freaking Mienshao. That's Jackie Chan of Pokemon. Enough said. That's all I gotta say. And then last up is his Alolan Persian. Now, Alolan Persian, like, I saw it first, and I'm like, that thing's not scary. Look at it. It looks like it ate a pound cake, and it's just storing them in its cheeks. But Alolan Persian, you guys, just regular parting shot for pivot ability. Try to keep momentum on his side, as well as parting shot lowers your attack and your special attack. So he's hindering one of your mons while getting initiative. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's amazing. He could rock Dark Pulse. I don't really know what other moves this thing gets. I think it gets U-turn for more pivotability. Has that fur coat ability, making it super thick. Its defense is sky high due to fur coat. And it's just a really good mon. It gets fake out as well if he wants to be cheeky. But scary mon. He's got the Dragonium Z and the Darkinium Z. Dragonium Z, I really only see for Zygarde. Darkinium Z, he could Z parting shot to heal something up. If he lets it get too low, which is too good, you guys. Z parting shot is way too good. He's got a couple other mons that could utilize the Dark Z move. More so than the Dragon, but I think that I think his two main Z users would be Zygarde and his Alolan Persian. So, very spooky team. I think that I feel like I see Zygarde coming because he's got to be scared of Terrakion, Heliolisk, Darmanitan. It does work to Mega Aggron. Like, I think that Zygarde could be coming. Mega Diancie, I don't know. We have a Latios, so maybe he will bring it. I think we have a check with Mega Diancie though, so the thing is like Mega Diancie against a Mega Aggron is doing, like, he can do about half with like Earth Power, but we just Heavy Slam and smoke the crap out of him. So, like, I don't know if he wants to go that route. Amoonguss I could actually see coming, just because it's such a nice wall. Walls Heliolisk, walls Terrakion, Heligo, Primarina, walls that thing. I don't know. I think I could see Amoonguss coming. Jolteon really does scare my team. And aside from Grumpy Lumps, we don't really have a Jolteon answer. So I had to prep for Jolteon. I had to make sure I was prepping for Jolteon. Because I think that if he does bring that thing, it does so much to my team, you guys. If I don't have the answers, it's doing a lot to my squad. And I can't have that. So I think that that's potential. Maybe Blacephalon. I doubt it, but maybe. I don't think that Alolan Persian has a really nice matchup against my squad. But I do think Mienshao, Slowbro, Amoonguss, Diancie, Zygarde, Jolteon. We'll say those six. We'll say those six. Now we'll go over my squad, see what we're rocking, why we're rocking it. First up is going to be our Mega Aggron. Now, the reason I am bringing Mega Aggron, besides the fact that absorbs hits, is a beautiful mon, is for that Mega Diancie, you guys. Mega Aggron is a perfect lead against his team. If he does want to bring Mega Diancie, go for it. I'm going to lead Mega Aggron, and you're not going to appreciate a Heavy Slam. If you don't lead Mega Diancie, I'm free to set up my rocks as long as you don't lead like Mienshao, which could actually be a possible lead. But Mega Aggron just matches up really nice with his team. Heavy Slam for the Mega Diancie hits Jolteon, Omastar. It hits a lot of things hard just because a freaking Mega Aggron is coming down on you. Earthquake obviously for Diancie as well. It hits Diancie, but for the Jolteon, Blacephalon, for those two, it also does more than Heavy Slam to the Scizor. Ice Punch obviously for that Zygarde, 4 times weakness is really nice, as well as it hurts that Amoonguss. Yeah, that's what our Mega Aggron. It's max, not quite max HP, but max SPDF, little defensive investment, careful nature to boost the special defense so that we can take hits from Mega Diancie if we need to, as well as Alolan Persian and maybe like an Amoonguss or Scalding Slowbro or something like that. So if he does bring Mega Diancie and Mienshao, I'm actually going to assume the Mienshao is leading, because I don't think that Shay would be the kind of person that would lead a Mega Diancie with the possibility that a Mega Aggron could lead. So if he does, I'll be upset. But next up is going to be our boy Spearmint here. We have Latios rocking the choice scarf, making sure that we outspeed everything on his squad, barring the Jolteon, and a Shadow Ball from a Jolteon hurts, you guys. It hurts a lot. But I thought that Latios was a good bring. Draco Meteor for that Zygarde, for anything else that resists or can take Side Shocks and Ice Beams well. I think that Draco Meteor would be it's a nice nuke move. Like, you kind of middle ground play, but you want to hit something really hard, you hit Draco Meteor. So Side Shock for the Amoonguss, just because I think that that thing could be a pretty big problem. It also hits that Mienshao. It can do some decent damage to Blacephalon. Ice Beam for Zygarde. If I want to just kind of see if he has a berry or something, like, that's gonna be the risk. Like, if I don't want to go for Draco and risk the miss, then I can go for Ice Beam and try to ensure the KO. The thing with that is, a lot of people who have 4 times weaknesses on their Pokemon, they like to give them a berry to help them eat those hits if they need to. So I can definitely see that coming. And then our Hidden Power, we are rocking Hidden Power Steel, you guys, because Spearmint really isn't touching Diancie aside from Hidden Power Steel. 4 times super effective. It does 87 to like 95% of this thing. It's gonna be doing a lot of work. So pretty much solely for that Diancie, just because I think Diancie is a really great check to our Latios. So if he wants to try to predict a Draco or a Psyshock, Psychic, something like that, he can go into that thing, smack that bad boy with the HP Steel. He will not see it coming, I guarantee it. And that's our Latios. I really like this set. I feel like you always have to have a Scarfer on your squad, in my opinion. Just a Pokemon that you know is probably going to outspeed and just hit something really hard. And that's what Latios has become for us. Latios is just a good Pokemon, you guys. It's just a crazy good Pokemon. And that's why I see him bringing the Mega Diancie. Like, yeah, the Aggron kind of detours it a little bit, but I think that he doesn't have a lot of checks for Latios. And for all he knows, we could be rocking HP Fire for that Scizor. I'm not, just because I have multiple Scizor checks, so I don't need to burden Latios with that. But hopefully HP Steel gets clicked, and hopefully it does the work. Next up is going to be our Hippowdon Grumpy Lumps here. Now, I was not going to bring Grumpy Lumps originally. Originally, I was thinking Terrakion, but looking at the matchup, I was like, what can take hits? Like, Terrakion really can't take hits. It can dish damage, yeah. It can do damage to Diancie. It can do damage to Scizor. It can do damage to Jolteon. It can do damage to Omastar, Blacephalon, Mienshao, and Persian. Like, it can do a lot of damage, but it can't take a hit. So, like, if he goes +1 with his freaking Zygarde, he's gonna outspeed and then just body our Terrakion. And so, he wasn't a check to Jolteon, and so I thought Grumpy Lumps was a perfect mon. We're actually rocking the Sand Force ability this week. I don't want to put the sand up. He has some mons that actually benefit in the sand with the Diancie and the Omastar, and I don't want to give him that advantage. So, and his Zygarde won't get hit by sand. Scizor won't get hit. Diancie, Omastar. So he's got a couple immunities to the sand. So I figured that sand was not my best bring this week. We're rocking the Earthquake, the Fire Fang, Toxic, Slack Off. Earthquake hits pretty much everything really hard. Jolteon does not want to take an Earthquake. Omastar doesn't want to take an Earthquake. Nothing wants to take an Earthquake. Blacephalon, we can live a Fire Blast and just buy this thing with Earthquake. Fire Fang for the Scizor, for the Amoonguss. That's pretty much all. Fire Fang actually does hurt the Alolan Persian because he's got the Fur Coat ability, makes him weak to fire. So that could be a thing. Toxic to kind of slow down his walls, such as Slowbro or any of his Stally Mons. If we just want to go ahead and get a Toxic and start putting things on timers, we can. And then slack off for reliable recovery, just because having our Grumpy Lumps that can pretty much take hits from everything on his team, even the almost die, like a Surf or a Scald, like we take those, but we don't, like, we can't take multiple. We can take one, but not multiple. So slack off there for the reliable recovery. Leftovers for more recovery. I think that Grumpy Lumps is a great bring this week. It eats hits from everything. Zygarde without a Dragon Dance is only doing like 30% with Outrage. And Earthquake is like 33%. So like we could outstall a outraging Zygarde. But if he clicks Outrage, I'm going into our boy, what's his face, Aggron, and gonna take those hits and deal out an Ice Punch. But I think Grumpy Lumps is a great mon. I really like walls on my team. I like Pokemon that you can reliably switch in and absorb hits. And Grumpy Lumps has done that perfectly all season, and I plan on using that again. So I think that's a pretty solid bring. Next up is going to be our Primarina. Now, Primarina Beauty Queen is going to be rocking a Motto set, Assault Vest, max HP, max special attack, Assault Vest so that we can take special hits better. Beauty Queen is more designed to take on his special threats like the Amoonguss. Giga Drain to an Assault Vested Primarina is doing like 25%, so that's not bad. And then Psychic is like a 2-shot, so not too bad. We're also taking hits from Slowbro. That thing doesn't want to take on a Primarina one-on-one. Energy Bell is going to be bodying that thing. Blacephalon isn't doing too much to an AV Primarina. Diance's not doing too much to an AV Primarina. Like, we have AV Primarina possibly will be coming in clutch for us this week, you guys. It answers a lot of his other Pokemon, like Persian can't touch Beauty Queen. He can Toxic me. That would be really unfortunate, so I do need to be weary of that. But I feel like Beauty Queen is going to be putting in the work this week. Obviously Scald for the Diancie. Scald potential burn for the Scizor. I don't want to fish for that, but I mean, when you use Scald, you're always hoping for the burn a little bit. Scald also bodies the Blacephalon. Moonblast hits Mienshao, hits Persian, hits Zygarde, hits them all really hard. Psychic for the Amoonguss if he does want to try to go one-on-one with me. The thing is I don't want a lot of my mons getting poisoned or put to sleep. So I need to be weary of what I want put to sleep. I do have an answer for him if he does want to try to go for Spore. And you guys will see that in a little bit. But I think that Primarina is a pretty solid bring, you guys. I'm really excited about how Primarina will do. I think that Beauty Queen here has a lot of potential. So I'm excited for that. Next up is going to be our Darmanitan with them brows on fire, you guys. He's ready and rearing to go, you guys. We have an Adamant Sheer Force Choice Banded Darmanitan, you guys. I brought this back week 7, I think. It swept late game, but everything was kind of worn down. So I want to see the true power of Sheer Force Choice Banded Darmanitan. Flare Blitzes are going to be hurting. Uniturn for pivot ability. Flare Blitz, obviously, to smoke Pokemon like Amoonguss, Scizor. Jolteon's not taking Flare Blitz. Blacephalon, I don't even think wants to take Flare Blitz. Mienshao, Persian, don't want to take Flare Blitz. Super powered for that Persian in case I don't want to go for a Flare Blitz and take the recoil. Super power hits that thing hard. Hits Omastar, hits Diancie really hard. Earthquake again for the Diancie. For the gosh darn Jolteon. And then Omastar again doesn't want to take an Earthquake. So I think that Dembrowse could be putting in a lot of work this week. Sheer Force Choice Band. Let's see how it goes, you guys. Let's see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm ready. I hope that Darmanitan puts in the work, you guys. I love Darmanitan. I love those eyebrows, and I'm hoping that he delivers, you guys. So, last Pokemon is a returning mon that we have not used as of late, but I felt like had a really good matchup this week, and it's going to be Ahoy. Ahoy here has not seen the field since we drafted Latios, or we picked up Latios, so it's been a couple weeks. But I feel like Ahoy really matched up well against this team. Power Whip, Shadow Claw, Earthquake, Synthesis. Power Whip to hit everything hard. Bodies Diancie, Bodies Slowbro, Bodies Omastar, Bodies Mienshao. Jolteon doesn't want to take a Power Whip. Shadow Claw, obviously, for the Slowbro in case I don't want to risk a Power Whip miss. Earthquake for the Jolteon as well. Earthquake also hits that Diancie hard. Even a Zygarde doesn't want to take a Power Whip. Like, Power Whip is good. Earthquake is good, but the reason for Earthquake and Shadow Claw are more just for reliable moves in case I don't have to risk a Power Whip. But Power Whip just does so much damage, you guys. It's base 120. It does work. And then Synthesis again for reliable recovery. We're rocking leftovers so that we can keep our health as healthy as possible. Main reason for Ahoy is for that stinking Mienshao. If he wants to feel free, if he wants to try to click high jump kick on Mega Aggron, he's got to fear that we could switch into Dalmas. And so I feel like that, will cause him to make the middle ground play and go for like a knockoff or a U-turn. I don't think as long as Dalmas is around, he's going to be going for high jump kicks until Dalmas goes down. And so we need to make sure that we keep our Dalmas as healthy as possible. I feel like U-turn, he's going to be heavy spamming U-turn at the beginning of the game. So I wanna keep that in the back of my head. If I lead Aggron and he does lead me in Xiao, part of me is going to be like, okay, he wants me to switch because Aggron doesn't appreciate a high jump kick, but we need to just tough it out because he's probably going to go for a U-turn or a knockoff, expecting the Dalmas to come in because why wouldn't I go into Dalmas? And then hopefully just go ahead and get my rocks up and then kind of switch as I need to. But that's the squad. Hopefully you guys think that it's the team that we need for this matchup. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are down below. Also, tell me what you guys think the outcome of this battle is going to be. This is week 9. What are we? 6-2. We're 6-2. 7-2 sounds even better, but I mean at this point, like I'm happy with 6-2. I'd be happy with 6-3. I think that we've had a great season. Going into playoffs, this is a great way to go out into playoffs. This is a heavyweight match. Shayquaza is a beast. I've got Sleevecard there on the gosh darn list there, and I just noticed that, and that sucks because I just filmed this whole video. I hope you guys don't mind, but if you guys mention that in the comments down below, you can just go ahead and erase that or whatever. It'll just be a joke, but it's Shayquaza. That was the only thing I didn't change, but I do apologize, Shay, if you're watching this. Sorry. I apologize. Just pretend your name's there and we're all good. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching and being awesome as ever. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below to support your Lycanrocs, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to join the Kryptic crew. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. This is Kryptic Flash. I'm out.